Good morning, class. Today we will start our new topic, oligosaccharides. Okay, so first of all, we have to look at the definition of oligosaccharides. What do you mean by oligosaccharides? Oligosaccharides are the carbohydrate which are made up of 2 to 10 monosaccharides molecules. Okay, so first of all, we will discuss about disaccharides. So what do you mean by di? Di means two. Disaccharides are such kind of oligosaccharides which give two molecules of monosaccharides on hydrolysis. Okay. So we have example of sucrose, maltose and lactose. Next, we will talk about trisaccharides. These are the saccharides which on hydrolysis give three molecules of monosaccharides. I have taken an example of raffinose. Raffinose on hydrolysis will give rise to three molecules. First, glucose, fructose, and then galactose. Okay. Then we are having tetrasaccharides. What are the tetrasaccharides? Tetra, you must get the basic idea from the tetra. Tetra means four. These are the oligosaccharides which on hydrolysis will give rise to four small molecules. And among these four molecules, we will have two molecules of galactose, one molecule of fructose, and one molecule of glucose. Okay. Now, just have a look at the structure of disaccharides. This is the structure of glucose. Here you can see that the first ring is the ring of glucose. We will call this ring pyranose. Why we call it pyranose? Because this ring is six-membered. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. Okay. The lower ring is called furanose. Why we call it furanose? Because this ring is five-membered. 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. Okay. Now, here is mentioned glycosidic linkage. What do you mean by glycosidic linkage? Whenever there will be removal of a water molecule and formation of oxygen bond between two rings, such kind of linkage is called glycosidic linkage. Okay. Very important question come from this topic is why sucrose is called non-reducing sugar. Tell me, what do you mean by reducing sugar? I already told you the definition of reducing sugar in the previous video. If you have watched that video. So, reducing sugar are the sugar which can reduce Tolling's reagent and Fehling solution. But this sugar is not able to reduce Tolling's as well as the Fehling solution. Okay. Next, we will talk about inversion of cane sugar. Sucrose is also called cane sugar. Okay, this is the formula of sucrose C12H22O11. Whenever we hydrolyze a molecule of sucrose, we will get one molecule of glucose and the second molecule is of fructose. Look at the difference. Do you know what is the symbol? Alpha indicate the specific rotation. Sucrose initially have specific rotation 52.7 degree, but after hydrolysis, alpha form of glucose have different angle, whereas fructose will have different angle. Okay, so if we talk about the net product, the remaining mixture will become levorotatory. Okay, initially sucrose was dextrorotatory. Okay. So what do you mean by inversion? Whenever a solution changes from dextro to levo or levo to dextro, that is called inversion. Okay. Next, our next disaccharide is maltose. So maltose is also called malt sugar. And how will you make maltose? For maltose, you need to take two molecules of glucose. Make sure these molecules of glucose must be alpha glucose. So what will happen? Just observe this diagram very carefully. Look at the fourth number carbon and the first carbon. You can easily observe that there will be removal of a water molecule. Whenever there will be a removal of water molecule, you will get the glycosidic linkage. Okay, and this linkage is called 1,4 linkage. Why we call it 1,4 linkage? Because this linkage is formed between the fourth position carbon of one glucose unit and the first position carbon of the second glucose unit. Okay. Next, we will talk about lactose. Lactose is also called milk sugar. Okay. Milk sugar is formed by 1,4 linkage. Similarly, 1,4 glycosidic bond will be formed, but in this case, the monomer units will be galactose. We have taken here two molecules of beta-D-glucose. You better know now what is the difference between alpha and beta. In case of beta, first carbon will bear the OH on upper side, and in case of alpha, OH must be present on the lower side. Okay. So you can easily observe what is going on here. There will be removal of water molecule, and whenever there will be removal of water molecules, we will get a glycosidic bond. Okay. After this, we will talk about polysaccharide. So firstly, have a look at the main definition of polysaccharides. What are polysaccharides? These are the molecules, these are the polymers, which on hydrolysis give a large number of monosaccharides. Okay. Such kind of polymers are called polysaccharides. In case of polysaccharides, we mainly discuss about starch and glycogen. So what do you mean by starch? Plants prepare lots of food during photosynthesis, and plants store extra food in the form of starch. Okay. Further, starch is mixture of two polysaccharide. First one is called amylose and the second one is called amylopectin. Now look at the basic difference in their structure. This is the structure of amylose. You can easily observe that here we have taken all alpha D glucose units, and there is everywhere we will see 1,4 linkage. 1,4 glycosidic bond will be formed. And you already know that glycosidic bond will be formed if there will be removal of a water molecule. Okay. Next, we will talk about the structure of amylopectin. Now look at this structure very carefully. This structure is also composed of alpha D glucose unit. But what is the basic difference between amylose and amylopectin? In case of amylopectin, there will be two kind of linkage. First linkage is called 1,4 glycosidic linkage, and the second type of linkage is 1,6 linkage. Why we call it 1,6 linkage? Because this linkage is formed between carbon first of a molecule and carbon number 6 of another molecule. Okay. In case of amylose, we have only one kind of linkage, 1,4 glycosidic linkage. Okay. But in case of amylopectin, we have two kind of linkage, 1,4 and 1,6. Okay. Next, we will talk about glycogen. What is glycogen? Do you have any idea about glycogen? You must have studied in previous classes that what is called glycogen. Plants store extra food in the form of starch. Similarly, animals store extra food in the form of glycogen. Glycogen structure show resemblance with the structure of amylopectin. Okay. Next, we will talk about cellulose. You all better know that cellulose is mainly found in the plant. Okay. Mainly, it's a very important component of the cell wall of the plants. Okay. Next, cellulose is made up of beta-D glucose. You need to remember that starch, two units, amylose and amylopectin, were composed of alpha-D glucose. But this cellulose is composed of beta-D glucose unit. And what kind of linkage will be formed here? You can easily observe 1 and 4. Okay. So here we will see 1,4 glycosidic linkage. Okay.